So for the record, this is not about the X-Men version of Nightcrawler. This is a completely different thing entirely. Just clear in the air in case some people, Brad Marcy, get confused. He's gonna hate me for that. Hello once again, watchers of good movies. My name is Nick Pell, and this is once again coming from my college dorm room. Now today I'm going to be talking about the film Nightcrawler. This is a film which came out this Halloween weekend, and I went to see it on November the 1st, so yay me. Nightcrawler is a movie about a guy named Louis Bloom, played by Jake Gyllenhaal, who is something of either a sociopath or a psychopath, or a combination of the two, or just a word that ends with path. He starts out the film looking for work, looking for a job, and then one night he comes across a car accident in which a car is on fire, and there are two cops trying to pull a lady out of the car that's on fire. And he discovers the job of night crawling, or basically showing up to police scenes and filming footage of it that he can later sell to news stations and give them like live coverage and boost the ratings and get decent money for it. And so he starts to do this, and that is generally what the film is about, is him developing a profession through this job and getting actually really good at it, and then eventually what lengths he ends up going to in order to get really good coverage and footage. Jake Gyllenhaal in this movie is phenomenal. This is probably one of his best acting roles to date, I think. I haven't seen him in a lot of things, honestly. The only real big thing that I can think of is Jarhead, which I saw a while ago. But his acting in this film is really, really good. He really captures the creepiness of this character really, really well. And he is honestly a really, really creepy character. And the film itself is very, very strange. It's very high intensity and high suspense, but it's also just, it dives into realms of creepiness as to like his character's motivations for why he's doing things, and again the lengths to what he is willing to do in terms of getting good footage. So it's all really, really creepy. Renee Russo, she plays Nina. She is a TV director, manager person. She runs a TV news station basically, and she is the person that Louis is selling his footage to, and she eventually has something of a bigger role in the film itself as the movie progresses. And so her character is interesting, but it's obviously not nearly as interesting as Jake Gyllenhaal's character. And then lastly, Riz Ahmed. He is a person named Rick, who is kind of a homeless person who ends up being Louis's assistant in doing these night crawling activities. And he's basically the person following the GPS, figuring out where things are happening and how to get there in the most time efficient way possible. Russo and Ahmed, they both do really nice jobs in the film, but again, the standout role in this film is Jake Gyllenhaal, because he pulls off his character so well and seals every scene that he's in, which is basically every scene. One thing that I will say is that I would have liked to see a little bit more backstory in terms of Rick's character, just because we really know nothing about this guy other than what he tells us, and so I would have liked to see some scenes of him in his living situation and just see what he is dealing with in his day-to-day life instead of just solely focusing on Louis. So that is one little issue that I had with the film. The idea of this movie is something that I have not really seen before either, so I've never really thought about how news stations get some of the footage that they get, and I have no idea if this is like a legit thing that people actually do. I would think it would be, because it seems very doable, I would think. So just the idea is really interesting, and how it is introduced to an audience who probably, like me, hasn't really heard about this before. The movie is also slow at times. There are some parts where it's really, really high intense, and then there are parts where it's just all conversation, dialogue, and it slows the movie down quite a bit. It only lasts for about 5 minutes or so here or there, but it doesn't really help to build up any sort of suspense or intensity that the film has in many other sections. But the movie is not really all that predictable. A lot of the things that happened in terms of the plot, I did not see coming, and I can usually predict things pretty well. So in that regard, it works really, really nicely. There's a twist towards the end, the very end basically, that I did not expect to happen, and I just found the whole movie very intriguing. Creepy, but intriguing. But obviously it is somewhat unrealistic. I'm just going to say that outright in terms of what Lewis is able to do and get away with no consequences that we see. So that kind of bugged me a little bit, especially towards the end. But overall, I really did enjoy Nightcrawler. I thought it was very intriguing. I thought it was a good, well-made movie. Jake Gyllenhaal's performance is phenomenal. Probably one of the best I've seen this year. And yeah, definitely go check it out if you have nothing better to see this weekend. So that's my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comments down below. I'd love to hear them. Did you like the movie as much as I did? Did you despise it more than I did? Let me know. Like, favorite, comment, and subscribe. Once again, if you so choose, I appreciate it immensely. And as always, my good people, my name is Nick Pell. And once again, keep on watching.